Hey guys, Gameboy 3800 here once again, and I'm going to be starting up the new build of Project Mars featuring the AMD Ryzen 5 processor. This is the 1400. This will be a mid-spec build. It was going to be even lower spec, but because of some circumstances, I have made this up to a mid-tier build. So we have 8 gigabytes of Crucial Ballistics, that's very good. We have an EVGA 430 watt power supply, 80 plus bronze, and then we have the Xeon computer case. I really don't know what to make of this case yet, so let's clear the table and get it opened up. Going to be opening up everything and putting it together all in this one video. So here's the case. You can't see much of it yet, so I'm going to get it opened. There's a horrible cut there. Another horrible cut. What's going on? That's like 4 horrible cuts there. I hope I can still tape this box up and ship it when this unit eventually sells, hopefully. Alright, so I'm going to tip it upside down from here. And we'll see what pops out. That's the bottom of it, of course. Where is the bottom of it? Here it is. There we are. Take off the foam bits, toss them in the box. There we go. I'm going to save the plastic and the foam inside the box to use for shipping it. So here it is. It's a fairly nice little system here. See if I can give you more light. No plastic on it anywhere. Power and reset buttons actually feel very nice. This is a pretty nifty little system I got here. To the back, standard tier. Alright. I'm going to get my little mouse pad here so I can lay it down. And right away I think I've seen something that needs to be fixed. First of all, thumb screw on the side panel here, way too tight. Called a thumb screw for a reason. And I'm going to do the other one just in case. There we go. Side panel is a bit wobbly, but this is a $25 case, so that's fine. Alright, the fan is what was rattling around. The fan, really? It was just not even screwed in? I mean, that's one way to do it, but come on. Huh. Either way, I'm not going to be using this fan. It doesn't look very high quality. And it's blue. Blue on an AMD system? What? Nah, we're going to be going for some Corsair fans today. We have 2 SP120s that I got from the H80i, but I'm using Noctua fans on that, so I have some spare fans to put onto the system. So it's going to have much better airflow than originally intended. It's not going to have an exhaust fan, at least not yet, because I'm going to have the power supply as main exhaust. But being that this is a Ryzen 4, or Ryzen 5 1400, it's not going to push out a lot of heat anyways. So right now I need to figure out how to get the front panel off. Alright, the front panel is screwed in, unfortunately. That means you're going to have to go ahead and take off the other side panel as well. There we go. Other side panel is just as wobbly. Now let's see about unscrewing this thing. It's not going to be easy getting that big screwdriver in there. One screw. I'm going to go and turn on the fans before I forget. Because this room is unnaturally stuffy. It has 3 big vents on the top for putting in fresh air, but must be just me because they don't seem to work. You can see how this case can get by without these screws, but it seems like it's going to be forced. Wow, looks like there's 2 screws holding in the top one. Thankfully, once we get these fans in the front, we will never have to open up the case like this again. Huh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm looking at this front panel here now. I'm seeing some confusing things. Confusing, conflicting. Okay, what? Oh, I see what's up. Okay, so, I can only fit 1 fan in the front. It's still going to be the SP120. But then it fits into a slot there, but even that doesn't do too well. I believe I may be able to shove some fan screws or something in there to keep them in. Yeah, because that is terrible how it's just... That doesn't even try to hold the... It doesn't even try to hold the fan even in there. Like, I'll point the light towards it and make the contrast ratio thing go crazy. Like, look at this. Here's the fan it came with. It gets in there, but it's not in there. Like, I'm not going to be able to actually get it in there. Like, that's a poor man's a job at getting a fan bracket in place. It just doesn't even fit. Alright. Well, if I can't get any fan to even stay there, looks like we're going to have no fans in the case except for the power supply. It's not recommended. I could probably put in a rear exhaust fan, but that would be all I could do. The rear exhaust fan at least has regular fan holes. Right, well, I don't need to take these fans out at all. Oh, screw bit is still in that. Well, put the case back together without even noticing. Wow, really? There we go. Good thing I saw that. If I had taken the front panel off, it may have not fit back together. Okay, so if I was doing a review of this case today, I would have already given it very poor marks. Like, for the same price, you could have gotten a Fractal Core, a Core 1000, and have had much better building experience. So I have 3 120mm fans I'm not going to be able to use. Perfect. I guess we're going to toss on the side panel here. Now I'll leave the side panels off because they actually have some kind of purpose. Standoffs are already included, or installed, so that's nice. Here's the screws. Hopefully there's no side window to see all the rainbow cables. Alright, the motherboard. With the case opened up and ready to go, time for the motherboard. There it is in all its small glory. It's not an MITX board like I fixed up yesterday. It's an MATX. It's a pretty bare bones system. Not giving you many extra accessories, but that's why it's an A320 board. It's meant to be cheap, meant to have only what you need, and only the essentials in computing. So here's the board again. It's fairly similar to the last board we had. It's got the socket, it's got a 4-pin connector, 24-pin there. There's a couple right angle SATAs. But yeah, it's pretty bare bones. Let's go ahead and open up the Ryzen 5 system now. It should come with a Wraith Stealth cooler to keep it nice and cool. There's the chip. And here's the box cooler. And there we are. It's a nice small little system, very compact. Comes with thermal paste already on it, but I will not be using this. I will be using some Arctic Silver, and I need to get toilet paper. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Have toilet paper. Let's clean this son of a gun off. I'm sure the compound is okay quality, But I just want to be sure that, because we're not going to be getting too much airflow in here, that it'll be good. Like, that is the worst front panel design I think I've ever seen next to the Alien Aurora R4 from forever ago. Got thermal paste on my fingers, that's fine. Everything tastes better with a bit of thermal grease on them anyways. Not really, don't do it. But I actually have done it before. It doesn't taste too good. Probably poisonous too. I'm probably going to die tomorrow, but you know, to all their own. I am almost out of rubbing alcohol. Wow. Less than halfway in the thing. I really put together that many computers? It doesn't feel like it. I'm not going to be rotating the fan at all to fix the orientation of the AMD logo because it is not needed. I'm looking for my microfiber cloth now. Where could it have gone to? There it is. There we go, nice and ready for the new compound. Put that aside here and get the Ryzen chip out. It looks identical to the Ryzen 7 1800X I just put in. That's because physically they all look almost the same. Alright, in she goes. I don't know why it has AM4 mounting brackets there, even though we're not even using that kind of cooler. It's like, why? You're just wasting everyone's 5 minutes of taking it off and putting on a different cooler. Like, look at this. The Spire doesn't even use that. Or not, Spire, the Stealth doesn't even use that. Uses the screws from the backplate. Just do a dose over with rubbing alcohol to make sure it'll get good contact and be clean. We're going to take off the AM4 stock brackets. Oh man, gotta keep it steady here. You gotta be careful not to lift the motherboard so that the backplate doesn't go flying away. And where's the CPU fan headers for this? There it is. And that's just heatsink 2. That's chassis fan. I'm probably being dumb and just not seeing it. Let's add thermal compound before putting the cooler on. That might help. Trust me, I build computers sometimes. I know what I'm doing. It doesn't need to be a huge dot. Wrong screw. Alright, now it's good to put stuff on. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm only seeing that heatsink 2 fan header here. Not sure where heatsink 1 would be. Probably should have checked that out on like the motherboard side or whatever. There we go. It's a little bit loopy. Can I fix that by going around? No, I cannot. Okay. Let's do the old tie it in a knot trick. Oh, come on. There we go. That tidies it up a tiny bit. Now for the RAM slots, it looks really simple. Will the race stealth cause clearance issues? No, it's just clear of it. Wow. Yeah, wow, there's not too much clearance there for the memory. And that's a pretty bare bones I/O there too. It's only got, oh, this actually is USB 2. This has PS2, USB 2, DVI, 4 USB 3s, 3 audio jacks, and an Ethernet. That is pretty bare bones. That's like bare bones style bare bones. Alright, that's that. Shut up, phone. There we go, that's that. And there we go, that's the box back to being all packed up and stuff. Now the video card is probably going to end up being a GTX 570. That's probably way overkill. Or then again, probably not, you know. So let's see. Where did I put it? Oh, right. I was looking for my 580 classified, but I just remembered that it is still in Project Envy, so I would not have found it. So there's the 570. That's going to be ending up what's going in here. it's a blower style cooler, so it's not going to be dumping all its heat into the case. That's very good. Oh, I forgot that piece. Oh well. Leave it there. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the power supply. Get that in the case. Here's the big old power supply. This is the cheapest 80 plus power supply that said it was new. Whether it really is new, I don't know, but oh well. So this isn't modular in the slightest, but it doesn't need to be. That's our power cable we will be using. And there it is. Smells pretty new. That's a good sign. And it doesn't seem to have a scratch on it at all. So that's very good. They seem very basic. That's because it is. Let's see what kind of connectors we get. Alright, so for connectors we get the obvious 24 pin. Let's find that. There we go, it's a 20 plus 4 pin. Split up into two. In case you somehow find a motherboard in 2017 that doesn't have a 24 pin. And it only needs a 20. We get SATA, we have CPU 4 plus 4 pin. We have Molex with floppy drive. We have more SATA. And then we get a single PCIe 6 plus 2 pin. So for the 570, it takes an 8 pin and a 6 pin. So what I'll do is use a Molex adapter to the 6 pin. That way there won't be too much stress over Molex trying to power an 8 pin. Alright, well let's get the case back up here and let's install it. But did it come with screws? No screws. I should have some already with me here. In theory. I thought I had some. I don't know where they could have gone. Maybe the included screws from the case are good for this. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Resealable bags. End case. Are you watching this? Your $200 case has no resealable bags. That is a problem when a $25 case has the proper bag. I'm just going to toss them all in here anyways, actually, so let's dump them all back in. Always handy to have a magnetic parts tray. Alright, so That's that. Let's get the $20 case up here. Let's see how well it'll take an ATX power supply. In theory, it should be fine, but judging from that fan holder, quote-unquote fan holder, we're not going to have too good a time here. I can't see in there at all. I don't have my phone with me this time. Here we go, just had to get it past that lip. I really need a way to see on the other side here. I will grab my phone from the computer, it'll be fine. Yay, flashlight app. I love you. Alright, so the problem here is that it's very slightly lifted. Meaning it's got to be at a very specific angle to get the screw in correctly. That's one. It's not all the way screwed in yet. So if I need to wiggle it around, I can. But yeah, these screws are working for the power supply mounting. Alright, that's together very nicely. No stripping screws or anything. Let's see how it looks like when standing. Alright, that looks about average. It's never going to look great because of all the, well, there's no room for cable management in here at all. I'm going to get all of the cables out through the top way here so that I can put in the motherboard without issue. And first of all, I would actually really like to put the front panel connectors on. Since they will all be right here. Alright, so that's the lights. Now power and reset. go right here. Alright, so that's the main ones there. The other ones I can usually find, hopefully. Or maybe I should just connect them now anyways. Where's HD audio? Here it is. I'll rotate a few things around here. And then USB 3 goes in the standard position over here. Alright, so that's all the front cables on. Let's see about getting the whole board in there now. Oh, wait. Haha, I would have been stupid there. We need the I/O shield. There's always a catch, right? Is it just me, or do I/O shields never want to stay where they're supposed to be? Like, come on. There we go. Right now, let's drop her in. Alright, time to get them screwed in. I see the first hole I need to get. Oh, the USB 3 came undone. Oh well. Good start otherwise. Alright. Let's screw it down all the way to give us a bit of wiggle room. As soon as we get one more screw in, we should be good. Alright. Next screw that you can't see me put in. Like I said in my announcement video for Project Mars, I am very surprised they managed to put in an M.2 slot at this price point. Like, this was a $56 board. It's very cheap. Is there not a standoff there? No, there is no standoff there. Interesting. Oh well, one standoff missing isn't too bad. It's fine if there's no standoff and the board is still lifted. It's bad if there's a standoff and there's no screw in it. That would short something out on the board. Alright, that's all the screws in. I'm just going to redo my USB 3 connection. There we go, that should be a stronger connection now. Alright, next up, need to undo another thumb screw that isn't really a thumb screw. And put the video card in. Lift that up. Break off that. Unscrew this bracket. And in goes the video card. Will this video card fit? Looks like it should, no problem. Or it would fit if I could free the cables up. Oh, I needed to undo one more thing here, because the top PCIe slot is actually occupied by a 1X slot. There we go, now that will fit. Get that out of there. Gonna hide the cables under the motherboard to get the video card in. Alright, that's in there. Even if there was a front intake fan, none of it would even get to the video card because of how low it is. Oh wait, gotta put in the 1X slot back, and I need a screw for that, unless it's got one. Yeah, it's got one. Now I dropped the screw. Okay, gotta put this screw in after I lower this PCIe bracket thing. Sorry if you hear woofs. They're from my floofs that go woof a lot. Alright, they're all screwed down, and I just realized something. Last time I couldn't find any Molex to 6 pins, and I still can't find any, so it's going to be a Molex to 8 pin. Meaning primary power is going to be off Molex. This is why I wanted to use a lower power card, like the 7770 that I'm using in Project Pulsar right now. Will this even get in there? No, phone. That's going to be a very, very tight bend there. I'm going to hold it for a few seconds. There we go, let's see if that's better now. There we go, that fits under there now. There we go, 8 pins connected. Now where's the 6 pin? That's going to go in next. Use some twist ties to make sure that the 2 extra pins for 8 pin power don't get caught on anything. And here we go once again. Now it's got to be bent the other way anyways. Can't see a thing. But it's in there. Okay. GPU is powered. Let's get the rest of the main powers in. Get rid of everything that's not the 24 pin. That's going to be difficult with this big piece of metal right here. So now let's bend them that way. There we go, that's in now. Now the 4+4 pin for the CPU is right here. Alright, that's in there. Right now, all the cables we have left or for drives, and to power the GPU more. That's out of power. I think I'm going to hold on to this system for a little bit, like I'll list it, but if I get another drive in time, I'll put Windows 10 on it, so it's all good. Huh, weird, I thought there were two Molex strings on this. Guess there's only one. Not that I'm complaining, Molex should have died 20 years ago, but you know, what you gonna do? I always hate Molex adapter plugs. They always want to fall apart on you. Or the pins never get lined up correctly. It's like there's only 2 pins there. How hard can it be? This one has 3 pins. Let's see if I can get this one first. Yes, I get the 3-pin one first, not the 2-pin one. This Molex power connector isn't working for me. It keeps falling apart here. Yep, there goes a whole pin right out. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. You just gotta maybe get another one and hope it doesn't do that all the time. No, I've got to get a different one. That's not going to stay together at all. Throw that away. I'll get a brand new one. Alright, here's this one fresh out of the pack. Let's go ahead and put the Molex on it first. There we go. This one's being very cooperative. Yeah, there we go. Every Molex adapter should be like this. The cables just go on nice and easy. But instead, that's the first one in like 1,000 times I've ever put a Molex connector together that's been good. Can I use these pliers to good effect here? Probably not. I gotta grip really hard here. There we go. 8-pin Molex connected. And that's all the main power bits. In theory, I should be able to power this up and see how it goes. But, of course, we gotta do a little bit of cable management. At least a little bit. To make sure that it'll not die. It won't die anyways, but we want it to at least have enough airflow. I'll leave the SATA out for now. I could go with some zip ties right about now. But nope, I only have twist ties. I'm going to use a really big one I have here. Just to get all these cables bunched together. Alright, so let's see how this looks from the other side. Yeah, it still doesn't look good. Oh, I missed the front panels. Missed them entirely. Wait a minute, there's still enough extra big cable here to get them over here anyways, so that's cool. Alright, I'm going to go grab a 80 or 92 millimeter fan from the other room and put it on the back there to give it some airflow. Alright, and here's some Raid Max fan I found. It's Molex powered. Woo, you can't control it. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. Shouldn't be anyways, it was from a pretty low-end Raid Max case. The case actually only gives you two 80 millimeter fan mounts. Or screw holes, I mean. The others are blocked off for some reason. Alright, we have an exhaust fan. Let's go ahead and get this routed up. I can do better than that. But because there only is one Molex string, I got to find the rest of the Molex here. Here they are. And hope it doesn't want to fall apart now. Thankfully these adapters are good at staying together, just like that one. Alright, now I left this one cable free so that I can easily connect a couple of hard drives once we get to it. But for now, that's not looking too bad. Oh dear, I just remembered something. So they used the 2 screws to put onto the PCIe cover for the power supply from that were supposed to be for the side panel here. I may have done a dumb. Let's see. No, not really. Just had to use different screws, you know. Alright, another side panel. Oh, this machine is still very light. Alright, and there we go. That's a computer minus 1 hard drive. I could put a hard drive in there, but where would I really get one? I have a few laying around, but they're not new. I don't want to put a new hard drive or an old hard drive into a new system and have it die a week later because it was an old hard drive. So yeah, I like the front panel design, except for the fan mount. That shouldn't be like that. Huh. Alright, well, I'll see you wherever I can put this to build it up. See you in a second. Alright, it's up. Everything seems to be in working order. All it needs now is a hard drive with Windows. And then it'll be good to go. Oh well. It's working now. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you guys enjoyed Project Mars being built up, taken apart, and built up again, then please go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, Game Boy Out. I will see you in the future.